5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
Yeah, what up, people? What's going on? What's poppin'? You have tuned into The Bad Boy Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. Miles, what's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Just out here making it happen, doing my thing. What's up with you?
Chilling, man. The same. You know, we try to make it go down. You feel me? And so today we are going to be talking about raising your standards in the dating game, okay? Because you got to, man. You just got to. At some point, you got to stop fucking with the bullshit. You feel me? So, listen, before we get into that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to be getting into some news. You guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
All right, we are back. On the Bad Boy member. I was about to say back on the Bad Boy membership. That's what you guys should be on, which is the Bad Boy membership. Go to badboymembership.com and make that happen. You feel me? But there's some weird shit going on in the news, man. Some weird ass shit. So first we wanted to talk about they had the missing women in DC, all them girls that was missing. We supposed to talk about it last week, but it just slipped my mind for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it was because I don't know. So we kind of just like,
because it's mostly Black and Hispanic women.
Right. That's
if it was a bunch of white chicks missing, America would have to. All of America would have to stop and look for them.
Right, exactly. So that's probably why. That's probably why we wasn't hearing so much about it and shit. You know what I mean? But I'm like, aren't there like hundreds of people going missing all the time? You know what I'm saying?
All the time.
But see, the thing is, this is what I don't understand. Like, how do you go missing though? You understand what I'm saying? Because if don't you got cell phones and shit? Can't you call somebody and say, yo, I'm going to be here at this time? Don't you be updating your Facebook statuses and your Instagrams and your Snapchats? And I'm like, when was the last time you saw this chick update something or be with somebody or hang out with somebody or give somebody a call or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, how hard is it to find somebody? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if you missing, you basically dead. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Because I'm like, how the hell are you missing? Because I thought even with a cell phone, there's a way to track your cell phone to like where you're at. You understand? Some way. You know, and like I'm sure that the government has some shit where they could track your cell phone and be like, yo, this motherfucker's right here. You feel what I'm saying? Even if your phone is off or dead, I don't know. I'm sure there's a way. You feel me? But so I'm like, okay. But what happened was I was watching this video on WorldStar, and there was actually one of the girls who were missing, and she basically was on camera like, yo, I'm not missing. I'm here. Like, I'm right here at I think she was at her dad's house or some shit. And I think she has like a therapist or somebody she be talking to. And she's like, yeah, I'm talking to this lady, every day, and I'm here. So I don't know why people saying I'm missing. You feel what I mean? So it's kind of like weird. You understand? And I'm like, where do these girls go, or who's abducting these women and for what and why? Like, what's happening? You feel what I'm saying? Like, how hard is it to find a person on Earth? That's what I want to know. Because if you're missing, unless an alien came and got you and took you to their planet, you're somewhere on Earth. So how can no one not find you? That don't make sense to me. You feel what I'm saying? How do you not find somebody? You know what I mean? Like, cause if Miles Cunningham went missing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like, I could, holler at your pops, I could holler at your girl, I could holler at your sister, I could holler at your job, I could holler at everybody you done talked to in the past 48 hours. Like, yo, you understand what I'm saying? Like, that shit, it don't make sense to me. If you did a photography job, I could holler at the last person who did a job. Like, I don't know. I don't understand this shit.
It's too much information out there for niggas to be missing now. But see, that's what makes it even worse, because they're in Washington, D.C., which is, like the capital of, like, all the conspiracy shit. So it's like, what's really going on.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like, what's actually going on for niggas to be missing like that?
Right.
Like, there's cameras everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can track cell phones.
Right.
Everybody got a Fitbit or a, you know what I'm saying? Like, some type of device in their car or.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So it's like, how are people missing?
Like, yo, the other day, my roommate, he misplaced his phone in the house, right? He was looking all over for the shit, right? So there's this thing, I don't know if it's like a Google thing or some shit where it was in his iCloud. So he did some shit where the iCloud thing makes it contacts the phone and then it makes the phone ring automatically, because his phone, the ringer was off. You feel what I'm saying? So it first of all, on his computer, it showed him where his phone was. So it showed him that the phone was in the house. So it do like a little red light to show the phone was in the house. And then on top of that, it was able to ring the phone even though the ringer was off. So I'm like, you trying to tell me that these girls that's missing ain't had no cell phone or nothing with them? You feel what I'm saying? Right. And nobody could have tracked that shit and actually found, like, that don't make sense to me. That don't make any sense to me. I'm like, and most people, like, I don't think I've ever met a person that doesn't have a cell phone. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think I have yet met a person who doesn't have a cell phone. Like, I've seen freaking, like, walking down the street, I've seen freaking like 8-year-olds with cell phones and shit. You feel what I'm saying? And iPads and all of that. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, that's crazy. But so I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if these chicks are still missing. I don't know if, because my thing is, if you missing and nobody can see you or find you, that means that you gotta be dead somewhere in a ditch, and somebody buried you or something, because how do you not be able to find someone and see them there and make the shit happen? It's just weird to me. I don't know. But anyway, so, hopefully, if those, quote unquote missing chicks, hope they get found or whatever, or, things turn out how they're supposed to. Cause that's just, and my thing is, how all of a sudden it just became like a news thing. Like, I don't like how all of a sudden it just became like this thing, like overnight. Like, I just like overnight, oh, all these women are missing. Like, how, when, like, how is it that it's mostly like black chicks? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what is?
I don't know, man. They running tests on them. They're trying to inject them with the recessive genes.
Probably, cause I know they ain't kidnapping them for no ransom. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, so what are they kidnapping them for? I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I'm like, oh my God. But anyway, that shit's weird. But anyway, so in other news, so there's a story about this judge who clears a man of sexual assault because he didn't technically have sex with the chick. All right. So there was a story, some dude named something Cruz, some white Mexican dude, I guess, or whatever. And it was him and 2 other guys, and they were messing with some chick. And the story was that I guess he touched the titties a little bit and, put his fingers on her vagina or some shit. But he didn't technically have sex with her. So then the judge basically was like, well, since he didn't technically have sex with her, then it's not really assault or some shit like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And so the other 2 guys are, I guess, going to go on trial or whatever, because I guess they had sex with her or they tried to have sex with her. So he's basically saying, well, since the guy didn't really do anything, then he's off. You feel what I'm saying? Or he's not really going to get any type of, punishment for it or whatever. But I was just like, wow. I was like, that's some crazy shit. You understand? It's like, well, he didn't fuck you, so, it's cool. Like, I'm like, wow, that shit is, I'm actually shocked that actually, went through like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you know, nowadays you just look at a chick wrong and they talking about you harassing and you're a rapist because you looked at me too long and shit. I'm like, God damn. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, and the thing is, see, like, I don't condone none of that shit, but I'm just like, how the fuck does, like, how is that even, you know, a thing? Like, where a nigga could do all of that and it's like, well, he didn't really penetrate her, so it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, like, that shit is wild. I forgot. I think it was like in, I think it must have been in Mexico or some shit. Cause
it depends on the state, because, you know, some states is different, you know. A state like New York or something,
right?
Like, especially like big cities, they're always ready to, like, you know, arrest the nigga for looking at a chick or whatever.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then you got these like smaller, more traditional, probably southern or middle America towns where it's like, you know, like in those towns, it's like men are still men.
Right.
They're looking at the situation like, look, if the nigga ain't stick his dick inside you, you know, there's no problem. So keep that shit moving. You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly. So
yeah.
That could have been it, man. But that's wild. But anyway, so in other news, this shit was fucking hilarious. So a Coca-Cola plant had shut down after human shit was found in the cans.
Feces?
Why I say again?
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was shit.
Feces.
Yeah, it was shit in the can, bro. So, man, so and it was a Coca-Cola plant in Ireland, and so there was there was some shit found in the can, because I think what happened was they were saying that, you know, they were doing their daily routine of putting the soda in the cans, and then something happened where, like, they said that the way they do it is that they have the open cans and then they put the soda in and then they close the cans or whatever. And they said something was happening where one of the cans, or, you know, a few of the cans wasn't closing right or some shit, or something was being backed up. And then so when they took a look at what was going on, they found shit in the cans. You feel what I'm saying? And then, and then so Coca-Cola put out a statement, was like, yo, you know, this doesn't reflect, you know, how we do shit. And, you know, it was just you know, we cleared it up and yada, yada, yada. But I'm just like, could you imagine opening up a can of soda and you drinking shit? Like, oh my God. I mean, well, drinking soda is kind of like drinking shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? But,
right. That's true.
But
that's
it's
true.
like, but damn, man. Oh, now it's just like, that shit, that's crazy. That's gonna make me think twice about drinking some Coca-Cola or soda in general. It's just like, or you just gotta fucking drink water and grow your own food every day. That's all you need to do, because you can't do nothing else, because all this other shit out here is crazy. Because they had some other story the other day where it was like, I forgot what, I think it was like some fast food store where it was like some chicken, but it had like some other weird shit on it. It was like
it was like molded chicken and pizza.
It
had like some bacteria mold on the shit. It was terrible, man.
I'm like, God damn, that's crazy. I was like, that's crazy, man. Oh man, but anyway, so in other news, 3 college students was arrested after a prostitution sting in Florida. So what happened was, it was these 2 girls, and it was one of the girls was this black chick, one was a white chick, and then the other student was a white guy. And so basically the white chick and the black chick would, you know, meet up with, you know, different dudes or whatever. And then I think they was charging them like $5,000 for both of them at the same time or some shit like that. But you know, it's crazy. I saw this story on World Star Hip Hop, and what I noticed about the story was they highlighted the black girl more than the white girl or the white guy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they showed they showed the black girl basically like first, and it was like, and they kept showing her in court, and they were like, yeah, this girl right here, and they showed her mugshot, and then they showed the white girl real quick. They were like, oh yeah, and her buddy, this white girl, was with her too, and then they showed the white dude, and they was like, yeah, and they said about the white dude they said some would call him something like a pimp. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they didn't say he was a pimp because he's actually pimping, but they didn't want to say he was a pimp. They said he was like a pimp. You feel what I'm saying? Because of course you can't say that white people are actually doing anything that they, shouldn't be doing. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's how they was highlighting the story, and they kept cutting back to the black girl, in the court. Like, it was like, let's say, if the video was 85% showing the black chick, you feel what I mean? And I was just like, why? Like, why you gotta keep doing this, man? Like, damn, like, just come on, son. You understand? Like, the white girl and the black girl was selling pussy, and the white dude was orchestrating the shit. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, right, how y'all show the white girl and the white dude like one time, and then you fucking highlight the fucking story on the black chick? It's just like, come on, dog. Like, y'all wild for that shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God.
It's rough, man. It's rough.
It's like, yo, like, what's really good, man? That shit is crazy. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know, but that, that's what happens with all that bullshit. You feel me? But I'm like, who are these dudes paying $5,000 and shit to smash these chicks? And it's like, and the thing is, they was okay. You feel what I'm saying? Like, right. If you're gonna pay money to fuck a woman, I always look at it like this. If I'm gonna pay for some pussy, like, she gotta be like ridiculously bad. Like, she gotta look like she gotta almost look like she's not human. That's how bad she is. Like, there's never been a baddest chick on earth than this chick I'm about to pay some pussy for. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she gotta be flawless. Like, she gotta look like she just stepped off a fucking magazine. Like her regular skin gotta look photoshopped. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she gotta smell like roses and fucking happiness. You understand? Like, she gotta be like when I enter that pussy, like, that shit gotta be singing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how the, like, you pay, yo, dude, I'm telling you, if I'm paying for pussy, the pussy has to be magical. I mean, that shit has to be, like, after I fuck that shit, it's like the fountain of youth. I gotta look 10 years younger. Like, I don't get it. Like, these niggas be paying for pussy and chicks just be looking like she be looking like your sister best friend. It's like, that chick that she okay. You understand? Like, you would smash if you was bored, but she's your annoying, little sister's friend. You're like, I'm not really, right. You know what I mean? Like, paying for that? Like, come on, son. If you got one pimple, I shouldn't be paying for that shit. If you got one stretch mark, I shouldn't be paying for that shit. If your titty sag just a little, just even a half an inch, I shouldn't be paying for that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, your shit gotta be so like, I'm talking about your coochie hairs need to be shaved in a very nice heart-shaped formation. Like, come on, dog. Like, your skin has to be soft. Like, it has to have that baby oil feeling. When you go up to a chick and you hug a chick and she just smell good, like, she got that smell and you just like, oh my God. Like, she has to have all of that shit. And on top of that, she can't say nothing to me that's going to make me want to, like, throw up because she's so fucking annoying with her verbal skills. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she has to be perfect, son. Come on, son. These niggas, $5,000? Come on, son. Sex, listen, sex is good, but it ain't that good, my nigga. I'm sorry. It's not that good. I'm telling you. Like, I don't know, like, who lied to y'all niggas. All y'all niggas as virgins that's listening to this, sex is not that good, son. You understand what I'm saying? For $5,000, it's not that good. I'm just letting y'all know. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. That shit get me tight. Like, fucking, like, what? Man.
Yeah, tell them why you mad, son. Tell them why you mad, son.
I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Spend all this time spitting all this game.
You know what I'm saying?
So niggas could go pay for it, man.
Exactly. Like, $5,000 though? Like, come on, son. Nah, that's
for $5,000. I need 5 broads.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, dog. Like,
and
you crazy?
They all gotta be flawless. Like,
right.
They all gotta look like a mix between Jessica Biel and Kim Kardashian or something.
Pretty much. Shit. I'm like, God damn. That's wild, man. That's fucking wild. I'm like, anyway, so in other news, so the Chicago Bulls basically put up $1 million because they were following Chance the Rapper to donate to Chicago schools. So Chance the Rapper, he put up like $1 million, I think, a few weeks ago to, put towards, schools in Chicago. And so now the Chicago Bulls also, put up $1 million and shit. You understand what I'm saying? So they donate and they trying to make something happen. You understand? So that's a good thing. Shout out to Chance the Rapper for making that shit happen. You understand? Cause supposedly he's independent. You feel me? So, that's huge if that's the case. You feel what I'm saying? Because he ain't got no super huge label backing him. Allegedly. I'm just saying allegedly, cause the shit that's going on with him, I'm just shocked that an independent rapper is getting shit popping like that. Like I'm like, there's gotta be somebody in the back seat that we don't know about. That's
right. Right. To the point where he could donate $1 million.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, that shit is wild. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, so that, that's some good shit. At least, niggas trying to do something. You feel what I'm saying? But,
right.
But it's wild in Chicago, like how it is right now. So, hopefully, something good comes out of all of that donating and all that other crazy shit. You feel what I'm saying? But listen, before we go on break, we're going to go take a email from a subscriber. All right. So this one says, greetings from Trinidad and Tobago. I just want to know, I know, right? He's like, I just want to know, is it always a sign that you would be regulated to utilitarian status when a chick you like asks you for money? I recently started talking to this chick I have been feeling for quite some time. However, I have my doubts as to why she has responded so readily to my approach, because in my eyes, at least, she's extremely attractive, tall, and stacked. She has asked where I work at least twice and asked me to borrow $20 just yesterday, which I refused her. What's your take on this? All right. So, yo, it's just funny hearing, I'm just like in my mind picturing the chick asking you for $20. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like some chick you trying to holler at, and she's like, yo, can I borrow $20? Like, what? What the fuck are you talking? Oh, man. So he's basically saying, are you going to be regulated to a dude she's going to use, if she's, asking you too much about what you do and then asking you for money? You feel what I'm saying? Now, see, this is the thing, man. Don't give that chick shit. All right. Don't give her a goddamn fucking thing. You understand what I'm saying? Because as soon as you put that $20 in her hand, it's a fucking wrap for you, bro. You understand? Because first of all, you already thinking that, because look at what he wrote down. He said, I have my doubts as to why she responded so readily to my approach, because he said, at least in my eyes, she's extremely attractive, tall, and stacked. So he's basically saying, since she's super bad, I'm shocked that she's trying to, talk to me. You feel what I'm saying? So he doesn't believe that a chick this bad will try to fuck with him. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the first mistake right there. Having that, outlook on yourself, thinking, well, this chick is so bad that she wouldn't want to fuck with me. Like, you guys got to get out of that mind state of thinking that just because a chick is bad, like you're like, oh, she's on that out of my league shit. And this is why we're going to even be talking about, raising your standards in the game. You understand? Because your mindset is a thing that's going to dictate how you act when it comes to these girls. You understand? And so you're saying that, she's asking you for $20, right? And let me tell you guys something about chicks, man. Usually is, there's certain cases where it's the exception, but usually when a chick, does shit like that, where she'll, like, let's say if she asks you for money, or let's say you in a bar and she comes up to you and she's like, oh, you should buy me a drink, or any chick trying to sort of like use you for something. You understand? What she does is that she assumes, or you're giving off some sort of vibe that makes her think that you're the type of guy who would do that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she thinks, oh yeah, this guy will definitely give me money. He'll give me $20. Like he seems like that type of guy. And so what happens is that the way that you're interacting with her, you're probably interacting with her in a way where she can tell that you feel like she's the prize. You understand what I'm saying? And so what happens is that since she can see that, she can sense that, then she feels like she can take advantage of you. You feel what I mean? So,
right.
You gotta first within yourself, stop dealing with women in the way where you think that they're sort of doing you a favor by talking to you, or, oh, this girl is like super hot, so I'm just so grateful that she's even talking to me type shit, because that vibe you're giving off is giving her the okay to sort of, put you in that trick bag. You understand what I'm saying? She's like, oh, I could get this dude. He's all over me, blah, 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 blah. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you deal with women, you have to, in most cases, deal with them in a way where they have to sort of prove to you that, they're worth your time. You understand? And not the other way around. Because as soon as you do it the other way around, you've basically lost, because now she's putting you in that category of a dude who she's just going to sort of use. See, a woman can't be attracted to you and basically, use you at the same time, or she can't be attracted to you and, see you as like a trick, or, one of those manginas, or those male feminists, or like it has to be either or. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're creating a situation where she doesn't see you as that attractive man, if you're not doing that situation, she's going to see you as the opposite. She's going to see you as that trick. She's going to see you as that guy she can, take advantage of. She's going to see you as that guy she can sort of use for attention and do all that other extra shit. And again, that comes from how you're presenting yourself in the first place. And you thinking that you doubt that this chick is going to feel you because she's so hot already tells me that you're probably presenting yourself in a way where you're giving off that vibe that you're grateful that she's even talking to you. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to first, anytime you're dealing with these chicks, you got to make sure that you're not putting that vibe out there. You understand? Because as soon as you put that vibe out there, you're fucking done. You feel what I'm saying? And so a lot of times, chicks will say things and test you and do all these other goofy shit to come to a conclusion that you are that guy that they can take advantage of. But if they do something or say something or make something happen, and then you respond in a way that shows them that you're not that guy they could take advantage of, you understand? Either one or two things are going to happen. Either they're going to bounce because they wanted to take advantage of you and they know they can't, or they're going to fall in line and do what they got to do to keep you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's really, mainly what it is. So yeah, don't give this chick no fucking money. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad that you refused. You said you refused her, so which is good. You feel what I mean? And if you are trying to deal with this chick, bring her back into your fucking program, into your path, into what you're trying to do, and say, listen,
right.
I ain't gonna give you no money, but listen, what you doing next Friday? We need to hang out real quick. You understand what I'm saying? Like, bring it back to what you're trying to do. Fuck what she trying to do. What the fuck she need them $20 for? And the thing is, and it's funny, like, I would be like, what's going on in your life where you need to borrow $20 from me? You feel what I'm saying? Like, why do you need $20 from me? You feel what I mean? Like seriously though. Like, what's happening with you that you need to ask me for money? You feel what I'm saying? Because you're saying that she's asking you, what do you do? She's asking you about borrowing $20. So what's going on in her life that she ain't got $20 that she could, that she needs right now? You understand? Unless she's just being, basically a whore and asking multiple niggas for $20. You understand? And that's just what she does. Because, like, they had this thing on Tinder where this girl, I don't know who it was, but she had on her profile that said, send me $5 and see what happens. You feel what I'm saying? And niggas was sending her $5. You feel what I mean? So she was getting paper and that was it. You understand? And so these dumb niggas was sending her $5. So she was making all this money. So this chick could be doing it to you, asking another nigga for $20, another nigga for $20. She could come up off a G, you understand, within a week if she wanted to, probably. You feel what I'm saying? So don't be one of those dudes. Don't get caught up in that bullshit. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God. Like, yo.
Nah, these chicks will take full advantage if you let them, man.
Hell yeah.
You gotta be careful.
For real, man.
They will go in like if they will empty your bank account and not even blink, my nigga.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. So you gotta definitely, watch out for chicks like that, man. And again, don't
ever think, she's not gonna do me that dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So let me give her the password to my thing, or let me give her the pin number to my ATM card.
Right.
She's not gonna go overboard and take out all my money. She's just gonna take what she needs.
Right.
Nope. That bitch will take everything you own.
Oh,
everything.
Man.
And fucking wait for your next direct deposit from your job and take that shit too.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Trust me.
Pretty much.
And they care about you.
Oh man, real fucking talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Real
it
fucking
could be a
talk.
chick that care about you, and she will still take all your fucking money and do you dirty. So be careful, man.
So you got to be careful with that shit. For real. All right, so listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to talk about raising your standards in the dating game. You guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show.
Do you want to learn the easiest way to have more sex with more women? Then get the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. In this book, you'll learn everything you need to know about attracting and sleeping with beautiful women. That's How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get your copy today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com. Are you an actor who needs headshots? Do you have an event or a wedding coming up and you need a photographer? If you do, make sure you go to pavionphoto.com. Pavion is a professional photographer who will supply you with high-quality video and photography services for any event. Contact him at pavionphoto.com. That's Pavion photo.com. Pavionphoto.com.
Yeah. We are back.
All right.
We are back on the Bad Boy Show.
Yeah.
So we are talking about raising your standards in the dating game. Raising your standards. So what do we mean by that? What do we mean by raising your standards? So basically, simply put, is that you need to make sure that you are dealing with women who are high quality. You got to deal with women who are going to benefit you. You got to stop dealing with the hood rats, the ratchet chicks. You got to stop dealing with the chicks with the attitudes. You got to stop dealing with the goofy looking chicks, the chicks that, you're not really attracted to, but you're just like, let me just fuck with her because I think it's easier to fuck with her because, because I can't get this hotter girl. You understand what I'm saying? So it's basically just stepping up your game to your full potential. You understand? Because the thing is, let's be honest here. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 1,000, right? Every guy, at some point basically lowers his standards. You understand? And there are times where, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because let's say if you at a club at 3 a.m. and, you see some chick, she's not really that, hot. She's not really your type or whatever. But, she's cooperating and she's willing to, suck your dick. You understand what I'm saying? So you're like, you know what? Whatever. I'm going to just hit this real quick and keep it moving. Now, that's cool once in a blue moon. You understand what I'm saying? But see, the thing is that you got to understand, we got to remember something, is that whenever you continuously do something, when you do the same things, it becomes a habit. You understand? So if you continuously keep going to the club and pick the lowest hanging fruit, right? You're going to keep doing that and keep doing that and keep doing that. It becomes a habit, and then it becomes the thing that you do. And now you've basically continuously lowered your standards, and now you become that guy who just sort of just like does that shit. Like that's your thing now. You understand? You ain't even realize it. You ain't realize it. It just became that habit of you continuously doing that. You understand? So it's like you have to be able to raise your standards. It's like you want to make sure that you're 90-something% of the time really doing the things that are going to be up to par with what you should be doing. So it's kind of like if I'm eating healthy 90% of the time, then that's cool. Like, I might get a McDonald's cheeseburger maybe once every 6 months. You understand what I'm saying? If that much. You understand? But then if I keep going to McDonald's all the time and it becomes a habit, then I end up eating a whole bunch of McDonald's every day, and then it fucks up my whole shit. You feel what I'm saying? So the same thing happens when you're dealing with women, is that, you know, if you continuously lower your shit, then you're going to keep lowering your thing, and then it's going to be a thing where you're going to end up with women that you don't really like. You're not going to be satisfied, and you're going to be, you know, kicking yourself in the ass for, you know, getting yourself in that situation. You understand? Like, you ever have sex with a chick or deal with a chick, right? And you maybe, you know, you don't really mess with her anymore, but you see her on like social media. You maybe see her on Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is. Or you might run into her at, you know, an event or at a party or something, and you look at her and you're like, yo, like what the fuck was I thinking? Like, why I actually smashed this chick? Like, what was I thinking? Like, what was going on? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I've been there plenty of times. Like, I was like, what in the fuck was on my mind? Like, what was I doing?
No, let me tell you where I've been. I've seen chicks on social media where I remember how I could have fucked her, and I didn't. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at her now like, boy, I'm sure glad I didn't fuck that bitch.
Right, exactly.
Like,
oh.
But you know what I want to say, like, to all my dudes listening, like, this is like a, you know, a intermediate to advanced type of topic,
right,
for the game, because you got to understand there's levels to this shit, right? So when you first start, you know, out there learning the game and you getting your practicing and putting your work in and hollering at chicks, you're gonna it makes a lot more sense for you to just holler at whoever is standing around.
Right, right.
Like, because you're just getting your mouthpiece. You're just learning about who you are in reference to the game and things like that. So it's all right when you're just starting out to holler at almost everybody.
Right.
You understand? Like, just go crazy, you know, get your mouthpiece together, get your approach together, you know, figure out where you stand in the game by getting as many experiences as you can. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you start to realize your level, and you start to realize you start to differentiate the things that you want different from the things that you don't want, and the type of chicks that you want from the type of chicks you don't want, the type of venues you want to be at versus the type of places you wouldn't be caught dead in. This is where you start to develop your standards. You understand what I'm saying? Now, another thing I want to say is, don't fool yourself and make up excuses just because you're scared.
Right, right.
Because I'm guilty of this, and that's why I'm talking about it. Is that a lot of times niggas will say, "Oh, I ain't gonna holler at her because blah 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 blah." Like, they'll come up with reasons, but the truth is that niggas is just really scared to go approach. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
Don't. I'm not talking about that. If you still at the, and this is why it's levels to the shit, because there's levels where you're just starting out and you're just scared and you don't want to talk to this one, you don't want to talk to that one because whatever. But the truth is, you're just fucking psyching yourself out because you don't want to you know, get rejected, or you don't want to, like, actually put in the work, so you're kind of scared. But I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is when you actually have you ran through the field and you've hollered at many chicks. You've been, you know, chicks are throwing their drink in your face. You've been slapped before. Bitches have cursed you out. Like, a bitch threatened to call they brother to jump you because you said some shit they didn't like.
Right.
I'm talking about a nigga who's been through it. You understand? Because you can't really set standards until you've experienced the whole spectrum. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't say that that you like understand all the different you can't settle on one thing until you've experienced the whole spectrum of things. So, like me, I've lived in a house, I've lived in an apartment, I've had roommates, you know, I've lived in a 2-bedroom apartment by myself. I've lived in a fucking 2-story house that I owned, with family and a girl and kids, and I've been through mad shit where I can tell you what I like and what I don't like. But for you niggas who you haven't been through nothing yet, this podcast, this is for you at a later date. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
So understand what this is about. This is about after you've experienced mad shit, and then you start to say, all right, I know who I am, I know what I like, I know what I'm willing to do and what I'm not willing to do, and these are my standards and these are my criteria.
Right, real talk. And that's why it's called raising your standards, because the thing is that, like you were saying, when you first start out, you're just going to go out and, talk to everybody, get your practice on, work out that verbal muscle you got, you understand? And so what happens is that a lot of times in those situations, since you're just really shooting this shit with everybody, with all these chicks out here, there's going to be certain girls who you're going to come across who's going to cooperate, who's not necessarily your ideal type, but they're sort of cute, they're fuckable, whatever. Some of them is decent chicks, some of them would be on some bullshit, whatever it is, right? But the thing is that what you don't want to do is that you don't want to stay in that realm for too long of sort of dealing with a lot of chicks who are on some bullshit, because see, the reason why, guys lower their standards, right, is because what happens is that when they're in that stage of sort of getting to know what they like, or, getting to like put themselves out there to interact with all these different women, right, they start to, get some traction. They start to go out with a few chicks, start to have some sex with a few girls or whatever. And some of those girls aren't necessarily the type of women that they want. You understand what I'm saying? But then What happens is that they try to get a better quality chick, right? So what they do is they start to notice that it's a little bit harder for them to get the better quality women that they want, and then they fall back into going back to the regular chicks. You see what I'm saying? Going back to those lame chicks.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Hey, and to add to that, like raising your standards almost has nothing to do with the standard of woman.
Right.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Raising your standards again. Like, we're gonna drive this motherfucker home till the day we stop doing this shit, which will probably be never.
Right.
So probably till the day we die, we're gonna drive this shit home. It's again about you, homie.
Exactly.
It's about you. Raising your standards has everything to do with you. You understand? So when you say, "Oh, I want me a higher standard of chick," guess what, my nigga? You gonna have to raise the standard of man that you are.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
That's the most important part, because you say, "Yo, I want a chick that's college educated." Well, guess what? You gonna have to be able to. You don't have to necessarily be the type of dude that has a college education, but you're gonna have to have read some books that college students have read.
Right.
You understand?
Right. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to be able to hold the conversation on an intelligence level that is comparable to that of a person that has been college educated. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So keep that type of shit in mind, where you raising your standard and you claim, well, yeah, I want me a better standard of chick, and I want my chick got to be fly, my chick got to be this, my chick got to be that. Well, homie, guess what you got to do first? You got to look in the mirror and reflect that, because the only way you're going to attract that shit is if you're about it to begin with.
Right. And that's real talk, because the thing is, what you're doing when you raise your standard is that you're replacing your old mindset with a newer mindset, with you understand what I'm saying? You're replacing your old habits with new habits. Right. You feel me? Because the thing is, let's say you talking to all these chicks over here, whatever, and so the game that worked with dealing with these average, to below average chicks is usually not going to work with the chicks that you want at a higher level. You understand? And the reason why, again, it goes back to you, because what happens is that you have to shift something in your mind to be able to convince yourself that you are good enough to get to basically get what you want. You understand what I'm saying? Because just like the email we had earlier, the guy was basically saying, "Yo, this girl, she's hot. She looks like this. She looks like that. So, and he said, I doubted that she, you know, I was surprised that she wanted to get with me. So he's not raising his standards already within, you know, within his own mind. You understand what I'm saying? Because the thing is, how is he going to get that girl or girls like that if he keeps thinking that, you know, oh, well, I'm not, you know, good enough. I'm surprised. Like, she's only going to want me if I have money and yada, yada, yada. So he hasn't raised his standards within himself to say, okay, well, you know, I'm the type of dude who can attract these type of women. He's not there yet. So a lot of times you're not there yet mentally where you're able to even get those women because, you know, within your own mind, you don't believe you deserve that. You don't believe that you can get those girls. You don't believe that those girls will like you. You don't believe those girls will want to deal with you. So the thing is that you end up, you know, keeping your standards lower because what happens is that that's sort of like a comfort zone for you. You understand? You're like, oh, well, I know that this type of girl probably will get with me. And it's not even necessarily about the girl. You understand? Literally, it's about your own confidence level. You understand? Is making it able for you to get that average looking girl. You understand? Because you're comfortable in that situation talking to her. When you approach another girl who's hotter, it's not because she's hot. It's because of your response to how hot she is. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why you're not getting her. You feel what I mean?
So can you say that shit again, please?
Exactly. It's not because she's hot. It's your response to how hot she is. You understand what I'm saying? That's all it is. That's all it is. And that's the part. And it's funny because, you know, the more you listen to what we're saying, the more it's going to make sense and the more it's going to click. This is why we keep saying the truth is inside you. You feel what I'm saying? It's about you. Everything that's happening with these women and the shit that's not going down is literally about you. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand that because, see, dudes will get confused. They're like, well, I want to raise my standards, but I tried to talk to this hot girl and she rejected me or whatever. And I'm like, okay, so what did you do after that? Well, I was upset. So, you know, I kind of just like, I haven't really been talking to no girls for the past 2 weeks. That's all your fault. That ain't her fault. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You see what I mean?
Right.
So you're making all this other shit stop you from, you know, stepping up your shit to make something happen. You feel what I mean? So that's the thing that, you know, you got to understand when it comes to, you know, the game. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like in business. Like, let's say if somebody was like, yo, I want to start a business and make a lot of money. And then you come up with a product and you try to sell it to 2 people and those 2 people didn't fucking buy the shit. And then, you know, I see you like a month later and I'm like, yo, what's up with the business? It's like, oh, well, I'm, you know, like it's not going well because nobody wants my product and nobody's buying it. And I'm like, well, that's not those 2 people's fault. That's you. That's your fault for stopping trying to promote your shit and stepping up your shit to make the shit happen so you could get yourself in front of more customers to get more money to make shit pop. You understand? So it's the same concept. It's like, yo, you got to be the one to do it, right? And now what you got to understand also is that, you know, lowering your standards, what it does is that it messes with your self-esteem. You understand? Because now what you do is that you think that, okay, well, I'm dealing with this girl right here. She's not the type of girl I really want, right? But you're out with her, you're hanging out with her, you're going to the movies or some shit, and you're walking around and you seeing all these other bad chicks you want to be with. You feel what I'm saying? And you're like, damn, like this chick over here is bad. I want her, blah, 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 blah. And then you keep looking at this other girl, and what that other girl does is that she's a reflection of you. You feel what I'm saying? She's a reflection of what you feel about yourself. She's a reflection of what you feel is your quote unquote level. You feel what I'm saying? So now every time you see this girl, every time you deal with this girl, every time you deal with these other girls, what happens is that you basically are reiterating to yourself that this is all I can get. This is all I can do. You understand? So then you feel like, well, this is, you know, my wall. This is the ceiling. This is all I can reach. You feel what I'm saying? And then what happens is you see that other bad chick you want to talk to, you don't bother talking to her, and then you just go back and talk to another chick who's kind of like average and whack because that's all you think you can get. You feel what I'm saying? And again, like I said, once in a blue moon, you understand, ain't nothing wrong with, you know, doing some some shit or fucking with some chick that's just on some regular shit, you know, some super average shit. You understand? It's a Sunday night. You understand? Your roommate fucking just hanging out with her best friend, and she, you know, this chick is like super average, but she's sort of throwing it at you. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. I'll hit that real quick. You understand? But most of the time, this shit gotta be on point, man. It has to be there. And if it's not there, it's gonna fuck with your, you know, with your shit. You feel what I'm saying? And this is why it's important to learn the game, because learning game will help you raise your standards, because the more you understand the game, the better you're going to be at interacting with women. And then the more, you know, the easier it's going to be for you to be able to basically attract the type of woman you want. You understand?
Right.
Because you have more skills, you have a better skill set in you know, when it comes to interacting with women. Because see, a lot of guys think when we talk about game, you know, they just think about, oh, like the techniques of saying certain things to a woman, or, you know, like the right lines to say, or all that other crazy shit. And, you know, that shit is important too. But the thing is, when we talk about game, it's everything. You understand? You working on your confidence is you working on your game. You understand what I'm saying? You working on that mindset is you working on the game. You understand? And so a lot of dudes understand that, yo, you know, you actually working on that. That's going to be one of and I would actually say that working on your mindset and your confidence is actually more important, you understand what I'm saying, than what you're actually saying to the girl. You understand? Because a confident dude, you know, who doesn't really know what to technically say, you understand what I'm saying, is more likely going to attract the woman versus a guy who's sort of like not sure of himself, but he feels like he has the best line to say to this girl right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because the confident guy, he's confident throughout the whole interaction. He don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, him not giving a fuck, that energy is the thing that will make the girl gravitate to him, because no matter what she does or says, his confidence is not going to be thrown off. His mind state is going to always be on that level of feeling good about himself and him being confident. So then it'll be easier for him to go up to a girl who he sees is like the hottest chick in the room, the girl that he feels like, okay, this is the type of woman that I really want. I'm going to just go and see what's popping. You feel what I'm saying? Because he's confident. So he's not worried about anything. And even if she's not feeling him, it don't matter, because he's still going to be confident even after she's not feeling him. So that's the thing where we even talk about raising your standards, is that you have to raise the standards of how you see yourself from jump. You have to raise and that's what we talk about confidence. Because if you're the type of dude who's only confident when, you know, a girl quote unquote likes you, or a girl gives you the number, and now you like, oh, I'm confident, I'm feeling good because she did this, then you need to raise your motherfucking standards. And that means that you need to raise your consciousness to understand that you are supposed to be confident, and you should be confident no matter what. You understand what I'm saying? Like, period. That's what we're talking about, is that, you know, you have to raise them standards within yourself in order to make shit go the way that it needs to go, right? And another thing, you know, that I always hear is dudes talking about this league thing. 'Cause, you know, like they say that whole, oh, she's out of my league and all that other garbage.
Yeah, that's the dumbest shit ever.
I fucking hate that shit. I hate it. Dudes. Oh, she's out of, listen. No woman is out of your league. You understand what I'm saying? If anything, you should be saying, okay, this girl is not on my level. That's all you need to, that's the only thing you should be saying. If anything, you understand? Because you meet a chick who, you know, she's in, and there's nothing necessarily even wrong with her, but she's just not on your level. She's not on the level where you're at right now. She needs to step up her game to be on your level. You understand what I'm saying? So, there's no woman that's out of your league. There's only women who are not on your level. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand that shit, because you thinking this whole out of your league shit, that's already like you're already on default insecurity right there. You understand what I'm saying?
You're defeating yourself,
right?
You know?
Already, you know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as you say that phrase, "Oh, she's out of my league," you're done. You're fucking done. Like, if I hear a guy say that, I can already tell how his dating life is just off of that fucking one phrase of him saying that about himself. Oh, she's out of my league. Oh yeah, you're done. I already know what's going on with you. You're done. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you are done. You ain't getting shit popping at all. Because if you have that type of mindset, dude, and the thing is, you know, what you gotta understand about this is that when we talk about raising your standards, if you raise your standards, you know, with you know, your dating game, right? A lot of times what's going to happen is that you're going to raise your standards in all other aspects of life. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's one of those things where you start to see, okay, well, I'm raising my standards here. And then when you see other parts of your lives and your interactions, you're going to be like, yo, why am I settling for this also? Why am I settling for this other shit? For what? You feel what I'm saying? So you can raise your standards in other aspects of your life. You feel what I mean? And, you know, there's, you know, that's the thing that you guys have to really understand is that it's very important to, you know, keep those standards up, to keep that shit going, and to not fall back into, you know, taking that comfort zone of lowering your standards and just, you know, sort of taking what you can get. I always hate that like phrase, like, oh, take what you can get. You understand? Like, just be fine with what you got. You understand? That's why I get annoyed when I hear these guys when they talk about, you know, I don't approach any woman unless she's choosing me, unless she's checking me out first. You understand? I'm not going to holler at no girl unless she's checking me out, right? Because now what happens is, what if the chicks that's checking you out are, you know, the average chicks that you're not really that into? You feel what I'm saying? Right. So what then? You gonna fuck with them now just because they're the only ones checking you out? You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Crazy.
It's like,
that's crazy.
You know what I mean? And so, you know, a lot of times, you know, these women out here, they're going to gravitate to a guy who, because you gotta understand something, women, they'll be all in their own little world and all that shit and all this other craziness. And a lot of times it's almost like you need to basically for you know, like, how do I even say this? It's almost like you need to basically show a girl or present a situation to where she can be able to choose. See, a lot of guys are relying on women to choose, you know, on their own. But see, if you think about it, a lot of times it's better for you to be able to sort of almost guide her choosing choice, meaning that you're presenting yourself and you're talking to her and you're saying, yo, this is what I'm about. So you're choosing based off of what I shown you. You understand? And you're not choosing based off of what you think you want. You understand what I'm saying? Because then what happens is that if she's just choosing you, just like you walk into a room and she chose you and she's checking you out, yeah, that's cool. But I don't know who the fuck this chick is. I don't know what she's about. I don't know what she think. Oh, she gonna try to ask me for $20? You understand what I'm saying? Like what's going on? You feel what I mean? So I need to let her know there ain't no fucking money exchanges happening in this motherfucker. So you need to choose right. Now that you know this is what it is, now choose. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, choose correctly. You feel what I mean? So these dudes talking about, oh, I'm waiting for her to choose. For her to choose what? She don't even know nothing yet. You ain't taught her nothing to choose. You ain't teach her what she choosing. You ain't let her know what she choosing. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, come on, dog.
You want her to make an informed decision.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So that's what it's really about. And again, if you raising your standards, you understand what I'm saying? Right? It's, you know, certain women who choose you aren't going to be qualified to even fuck with you like that. So it don't even matter if they choosing you. You feel what I'm saying? So if you raising your standards and some goofy ass ratchet chick that ain't about shit is choosing you, what does it matter that she's choosing you? You feel what I'm saying? It don't fucking matter. You feel what I mean? And so that's the thing is that, you know, it comes from you already having that standard set. And then you also understanding that, okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to fuck with. And if a chick's trying to fuck with me, then she needs to, sort of, fit that criteria. And if she doesn't, I ain't really fucking with her. And that's that. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's really just about that when it comes to, you raising your standards. It all comes from you first. It comes from you, basically understanding what you want and then going after that and not compromising just to sort of, have something there. I always say it's better to have no chick than to have a whack chick fucking with you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, is really, you know what I mean? Like, cause dudes just be trying to get a chick just to get a chick. I'm like, nah, man. It's better to, you can do something better with your time than fucking with a chick that you don't really want to fuck with. And I'm talking about, and I'm telling you this from personal experience. There's times where I've had, like a whole bunch of numbers in my phone, like just like maybe like, like let's say on a given weekend from, like let's say 2 weeks ago, or whatever, I got like maybe 8 to 10 girls' numbers in my phone who I don't want to call. You understand what I'm saying? There's nothing worse than having a chick's phone number and she's feeling you, but you don't want to call her because you don't like her. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to bother. And then it's a reminder to you that you're fucking up. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a reminder to you that you're lowering your standards. So imagine I got 8 to 10 examples of lowered standards. You feel what I'm saying? Because I just felt like, I wanted to just, I'm gonna just take the easy route and just fuck with this chick, even though I know I don't like her. You understand what I'm saying? Because I just want to, fuck with a chick now. Like, nah, I don't do that shit. I'm telling you guys from personal experience. You understand? Like, I used to do this shit all the fucking time. You understand? So it was like, I had to switch the shit up and it was like, nah, this is whack. Like, this is super whack. And then you got all these chicks' numbers. You don't want to call them. They hitting you up and you're like, fuck, I don't feel like responding to this chick. You understand? And then you end up doing that chick shit you end up ghosting, doing that feminine ass shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because you don't want to have to deal with what you created. You feel what I'm saying? It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy, man. Oh my goodness. But I think we're done, man. I think that's it. We got anything else to say, Miles, before we out of here?
Nah, man, upgrade your shit, man.
For real.
Upgrade your shit. But first, make sure you pay your dues and get in the field.
Exactly.
And holler at everybody. You know
exactly.
Get your mouthpiece right, and then start to upgrade your standards and see what up.
Exactly. Real talk. All right, guys. So we are out of here. Make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the membership. We have the new membership audio, which is called 7 Signs. Girls Down to Fuck. You can definitely check that out. Plus you check out all the other audios. And next month we're going to be coming out with the Bad Boy Seminar, which is going to be on the membership. So if you are a member, if you're not a member, I suggest you become a member so that you can watch that on the Bad Boy membership. If you are not a member, you can also get it. You just have to purchase it on the regular store page on MrLocario.com. But that's coming soon. You feel me? And also, guys, make sure you go to undeniablegame.com to get the free audio program Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. All right. So that's pretty much it. We are out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We gone. Later.
Peace. All right.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.